Um, gonna be looking at both US 30 and NAS with this one indicator. This indicator actually is not an indicator, it's just to show trading sessions. So I just want you guys to see, obviously we have New York, London, and then the Asia slash Tokyo session. Um, and I always get this question, and I'm like, you know what? It's might as well time to actually put the rumors to rest and put all the speculation. Might as well actually just do my due diligence and try to figure out if the other sessions work, right? So everybody knows how I trade. I would say, you could see obviously the yellow, the orange kind of looks like a piss yellow color, to be brutally honest. Kind of looks like London is one of the better sessions after New York. So honestly, I would say trading London will be a better alternative. But sure, you always thing is you have to always study one pair, right? So one of my members said it, and I stopped saying it a long time ago, but I think he might have picked it up from the mentorship if I said it somewhere. But either way, he always says, you stick to one thing of everything, one time session, right? One strategy, one bias, one trade, one of everything. So, with that being said, let's look at the Tokyo session, Asia, Tokyo. Um, it was just so crazy. I'm actually really liking the London sessions above all. But anyways, Tokyo. You look at the range. We don't have big range. I mean, say from bottom to top, it's 100 point in that whole range. You don't want to look at. Let's take a look at Nas. You don't really want to look at Nas and US 30 with in Asia session. I know a lot of people tell me Asia would be a better preference than Tokyo, but in New York, you compare it to basically this much, right? That's how much moves per session. Now you can do anything with it. You could make a lot, you could lose a lot, sure. The one thing though, since you don't have much of a range in Asia session, you hardly have any. You wouldn't have big home runners as winners, but you definitely wouldn't be blowing accounts as well. So, everybody always wants to say one or the other. No, both are very accurate and spot on. You see. So, but then New York and London, where you have basically these crazy, crazy. So London, my time. Let's talk about the green. The New York, it says it opens 6:30. Yes, but I trade pre-market, so the pre-market candle is always the most important candle. So for me, it starts the candle before the session starts. So if London says it starts at 12:30, then I would be trading at the 12th candle. Now, to be brutally honest, um, this is gonna be a little bit weird, to be honest. But let's go here, right? So, um, I wish I could turn off this indicator. Like, I don't know how you do that stuff. Whatever, just bear with it. All right. What am I doing? All right. So this is last Friday's date, I believe. Um, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up. Obviously, we're gonna want to come down. Try to hold it somewhere roughly right here, right? I'll look to the left. It looks like basically this will be the best support and resistance, not support, right? So it really, I mean, this is pretty messy, to be brutally honest, guys. I can't really make it any cleaner than this. But let's see. I think this is where we saw, that little wick. Yeah, I did say that's basically the opening. The opening wicked it. So you would basically, and you have to hold these trades. You have to think about it. These are all on 15-minute trades, right? So again, we're just trading the London session, and then I'll also show you. I want to show you guys 3 examples of London and 3 for Tokyo, right? try to make some sense do over here, although I think Tokyo is gonna be kind of hard. And notice the time zones, right? I mean the time stamps. So if it is, this one says that okay, we just started at 12:30, we just started London, so 15 minutes as soon as you enter, say you enter a trade right here, and by the way, that's to the wick, but we already know that because we're in replay mode, right? I'm not here to act like a smartass. I'm here just to show you how support and resistance works on all time frames, all the time sessions for US 100 and then US 30, right? Actually, let's just keep it a US 100 because I know a lot of people trade that. US 30 is not really a futures or a thing that a lot of, I guess, prop firm traders trade or even new traders trade. So wicked it, probably would have wicked again. See that? So now it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You're still in a trade, and you just want to see basically a break of this, right? Or maybe you would have took 20 points in profit, 15 points in profit. I don't know, but you see, from this candle to this candle, that would have been 45 points, right? So 45 points you would have been holding, and you finally would have got TP. I mean, maybe she would go a little bit higher. I don't know, but honestly, not really the safest bet. But what I will tell you just from looking at this is that you trading London session would be a lot safer than trading would be trading New York. So now let's again, if we know that market opens at 12:30, let's go. Actually, it should be this candle. So if market opens at 12:30, we want to be trading literally what happens here, right? So now, again, I'm not here to try to act like a smartass because we're seeing everything, and I'm also, of course, keeping that in mind. But realistically speaking, for London session, we came up and dropped. Now, we're kind of just in this range doing some hillbilly fuckery. Ideally, we want to see a push up and then retest over here for support, or we basically want to see it hold over here, right? Hold over here, kind of like this. Gonna keep that really tight, and if we can get price action below that, then it was actually very similar to this morning's trade on US 30, but it's a very risky trade to say the very least. And then the price action comes below it, that's exactly when you'd want to enter, right? So sure enough, and I'm pretty sure she just dumped after that. So actually, yeah, so she retested it at the opening of the session, and then she just tanked. Not really tanked, I don't know. So I don't know, that's kind of a hard trade, to be honest with you. And you, for being honest, say you entered in the green candle, 25 points in profit. I don't like that. This is all just so iffy. Alright, so I already looked at two examples. Let's just cut it short to two rather than three. Let's look at Tokyo session. This is pretty bad. Okay, so Tokyo Asia session opens at 17, right? I mean, if you look at the time down there, 17 o'clock. 17 on the dot. I don't know how else to say it. So obviously we'll be looking at what will be happening. Really, we'd want to be trading the 640 or 1645. That's the pre-market candle, right? But keep a good eye on this. We came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, and it kind of looks like we want to just hold this. At least I would say that, but then it kind of looks like she just tanked. No, she went up. Okay, so that would have been a W, but still, she should be climbing up to this. So you see how if you're not trading USD in their own country's time session, it's not really worth it, to be brutally honest. Now, assuming that you got the bottom tick over there, you would have made 30 points. So okay, in this case, Asia session was a little bit better of a safer bet than trading London, but the fact that she didn't really push up was nothing compared to what could have had happened had we seen that same setup in New York. Let's take another look. This one looks like a horrible example. So again, 17 o'clock is the opening of the session. This is the 16:45 is the pre-market candle. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here, dude. This is hard. So we came up, came down, came down, came up. I guess we want to hold here before we come back down, but I mean, we're due for such a massive pull down, at least to the 28,140. Let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. Again, I don't like trading this. I really do not like trading this. That's a massive stop loss for the session, by the way. It's 24 plus 13, so that's 41 points of a stop loss. So let's see what happens. So in this case, sure, it would have worked out, but this was a very 50-50 trade, right? So I'm not here to act smart with you guys. That's a trade I would have skipped out. Again, Monday, May 4th. Shit, what happened on this one? Did it go up? So let's see. We're in this like little range. Every time she comes up, she comes down, comes up. I mean, comes down, comes back up. So comes down, comes up, comes down. Want to see it hold some type of support down here for a push up. Again, New York, we want to see it break basically these highs, right? Very easy. Oh fuck me. Very easy thought process. So want to see it hold. For me, it'd be like that. So obviously you've seen it. Did bottom ticket, sure. Let's say we enter down here, whatever, blah blah blah. Actually, it would be better if I use this for this. Wait, what am I doing? I thought I just long position. What is a long position? Oh, there we go. Why couldn't I activate that? I mean, it should at least be able to come up there. That looks like an amazing setup, but let's see what happens. Oh, okay, close. Good enough, good enough. Good enough. Let's hop onto the 1 minute time frame just so we can see, like, you know, how it happened. So if you go on a 1 minute time frame, again, 17 o'clock is when it opened, remember? So she did pump up a little bit. Kind of looked like we had retested something over here before we dumped. At least that's what I would be scared of. I'd be a little bit panicking. But pre-market was already up, say 20 points. It would have came down and market opening for a retest before she pushed back up. So that's very typical of New York opening, for those who know. NAS and Q. Hey, okay, so to have back to two examples for each. Does this strategy work regardless of time sessions, regardless of what time you're trading? Answer is a big yes. But it goes in this order exactly. New York is on top in terms of volatility, in terms of earning potential, by far, right? And then to say what would be second, I probably would have to go for honestly Asia. Asia just feels like, because you guys see how short typically the ranges are right now. This is like one of the biggest ranges I've seen so far from Asia. But see, 400 points is, I mean, you look at all the range compared to London and New York. All of them, right? In general, Asia session is way shorter than both of those. It's like half or quarter of each of the session ranges, compared to New York, compared to London, right? So I would just say, if I had to trade a session outside of New York, say for some unforeseen reason I cannot trade New York, and you know, life happens and circumstances happen, I get it, I 100% do. You want to make trading work, but you have a job, you have responsibilities and duties to perform. God bless you. The good news is that, you know, you do have two other alternatives. You just have to study which one feels more comfortable to you, because to be brutally honest, I think London has a lot of chop, honestly. Asia session, it seems like she doesn't fuck around. She just goes straight into TP. And I don't care who says what, but one thing I used to do for such a long time is called base hits. I criticize people who use base hits now, because back then, when I didn't really know much about trading, I always compared trading to a job. Now you decide your hourly wage, say $50 an hour. So I'm gonna put $50 per point, and if I can get 10 points, $500 a day, $500 a trade, a day again, I'm gonna walk away like the happiest, jolliest person alive. You know what I mean? So, but then I was like, why am I limiting myself to just 10 points a day when I can do 20, when I can do 30, when I can do 100 points now? So that 50 times 100, I mean, what is that? That's 5,000. 50x times 100. It's got to be 5,000, right? So making 500 compared to making 5,000, just because of realizing, you don't have to limit yourself. A huge difference. But London would be definitely a last case scenario. I just don't understand. First time looking at the other time sessions, by the way. I mean, I've used to glance at them when I used to trade forex pairs for sure, but never at Nas100, never at US30, because I've always been told that was kind of forsaken. Not really a reasonable thing. And still, now I'm back testing the other sessions, and I'm still gonna say it's not reasonable, but you gotta do what you gotta do and make light out of what you can, right? So I get it. Um, don't really have any other things in mind. Let me know what you guys think, right? There's so many people who trade other sessions. What you guys think? What session do you guys prefer? I mean, I just wouldn't really prefer to trade any of that. But I think this was a good video. A definitely required and necessary video for many. So peace, love, and cheers. Thank you.